if you're a creator, filmmaker, business owner, or even just experimenting with AI video, how many tools are you currently juggling just to get one cinematic result? Because today, making cinematic quality video usually means that too many platforms that you have to use, too many limitations, and of course results that almost look good but not quite so. That's why this video is quite important to you. So I need you to sit down and stay with me to the end of this video today, because you're gonna get something so valuable for yourself and for your business. This is Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0, a next generation AI filmmaking environment built specifically for cinematic storytelling, ads, and of course high impact visuals. If you watched my previous video I pinned right here about Higgsfield and how to exploit the interface, you already know why the platform itself is so different from others. Take a look at this.
Oh no! Oh my god!
And this. And this. These are only possible with Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0. So, in this video today, I'm focusing on Cinema Studio 2.0 and how creators are using it to actually produce actual cinematic videos, not just clips. So, let's hop to the Higgsfield interface to show you the real workflow inside Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0. So, you're just simply going to type in higgsfield.ai. So, you hit enter. You're going to see this in the search result. I'm just simply going to click on this first one. It takes me to Higgsfield homepage. Go watch my previous video on Higgsfield AI. I took my time to actually explain all these features right here. Okay, so but where we are going, as I mentioned, is this Cinema Studio 2.0. This is actually video generation interface for Cinema Studio specifically, right? You can do two things, which is first image and the second video. All right, in other words, you can generate an image first and then you convert the image to video. But it's much more than converting image to video. There are a lot more. Since it's talking about cinema, it is actually going to be in cinematic form. It's about flow. It's not about just creating images or creating videos. It's about starting from the first frame to the last frame. So you set your flow, the way you want the cinema to flow, the way you want the script to flow. You are going to set it up right here and you keep generating like that. So that's what makes it different from other platforms. So let's first of all explore the image generation interface. What we want to do is we want to generate an image first and then convert the image to video. So the first thing is to type in your prompt. So I'm going to put in my prompt right here. So my prompt is a male teenage African secondary school student in a lonely classroom in his uniform, looking so worried. That's going to be the image it will generate for me, right? In other generative platforms, you cannot even set how many instances of that image you're going to generate. You generate one per go, right? But in this one, you can generate 4. And you can set your aspect ratio here, 1:1, 3:4, 2:3, and all the others. And specifically, you can set the image in an aspect ratio of 16:9 in cinematic. So here you can change the quality. So I'm going to choose 1K, and over here you have the grid. The grid means that different interface that you want to see the image, 1:1, you can see 2:2 and 3:3 and 4:4. So the next thing here is the elements. So if I click on it, for example, it opens up this interface. I'm going to upload an image, then I will give it the character that I want it to take throughout the cinema or story. So what that means is that if I upload an image here, it's going to give it different angle in the form that it should be throughout the generation. So that's what makes Higgsfield more powerful than any other platform, because you are not generating, you are generating for a purpose and you are refining everything before you actually even convert into video, right? You can't just generate and convert into video. You have to ensure that everything is good and it's of top quality before you actually convert into video, so everything looks good at the end. You upload your character here, your character image. Let me upload this image. Maximum you can upload up to 4, but I'm going to do just 2 right here, and I'm going to give it a name. Let me say the name is David. I'm going to say he's a teenager. Okay, the first picture has uploaded. Let me upload another one. Yeah, so if I click on it now, it's going to now create that character, right? And it's going to show right here. So that's what the element interface does. So but we are not doing this, we just want to generate an image, so I'm going to cancel it out. but that's just the element for you. This is going to be camera setting. If I click on it, it opens up. You can see it right here. You can actually set your camera. This is the same way you do when you are actually trying to record your film or your movie. You have to set your camera. You have to make sure that everything is well set before you start recording. That's one of the powerful features of Higgsfield AI, right? Where you have to set everything before you commit to shooting your video. So here you can set your camera. So I'm going to set my camera to premium large format. So I move to the lens. Let me leave it at premium modern prime. And then you have the focal length here. I'm going to leave it at 35. And then aperture, I'm going to leave it as this default setting. Over here, I want one copy of that picture. I'm going to click on generate now. Okay, now it's good. It's finished generating. You can see how beautiful the picture is. And over here, you can actually change the picture to 3D, all right, using this particular tab right here. And then over here, you can quickly animate it as a start frame, making it the first image to start the video. And then you can make it as an end frame as well. You can see it in larger form. So if you want to download it, you simply click on this button here. So let's leave this. We are going to the video generation. Let's go over to video interface right here. And then essentially almost the same thing that we have for image, we have for video as well. So you can see single shots. That means single shot of that particular scene. If you click on it to see all other options, you can see multi-shot auto, multi-shot manual. What this manual means is that you can actually create scenes, right, for a particular generation. And one thing that is so beautiful about this interface or about this generation is the fact that you can give a prompt to each of these scenes. If you go back to the next one, which is auto, you essentially tell the video generation configuration to do the generation for you automatically. So, but if you want to have manual handling, that's when you use multi-shot manual, right? But I'm going to leave that multi-shot auto. The next thing here is the aspect ratio. I'm going to use it as cinematic 16:9. For video quality here, I'm going to leave it as 1080p, okay? And then this is most beautiful aspect of it all, right? That I love the most. You can actually choose the genre that you want to use. Over here, we have it set to general genre, all right? It could just do anything for you. But you can be very specific in your generation. That's one thing that I love so much about Higgsfield. You have full control of what it generates. You don't just put your prompt and allow the AI to generate anything for you. No, you have full control of it. So which genre do you want here? I'm going to click on this. You have various genres, 7 of them right here. So you can choose anyone. I'm going to choose suspense. So you can see suspense has appeared here. If you don't want audio, you're going to turn the audio off. And then over here, how many batch? What's the batch size? We have maximum of 4 right here. But how many do you want? So I'm going to leave it at 1/4. What I will do is to click on this start frame. If I click on it, it's going to essentially take me to my asset library where I have all my content, both video and image, right? So I'll click on this and it's going to show me this place. If I had uploaded earlier some images, they're going to appear right here. But the ones I generated within Higgsfield will appear right on this tab, right? You can see the image we generated earlier right here. So I'm going to pick that same image. It's going to show up here. So if I want to pick another image for the end frame, it will essentially appear right here. So here I can choose, instead of choosing the frame here, I can choose it right here. I can choose the image here, upload image here, instead of using the frame right here, but we already did it, so I don't need to use this one. So for movement, you can actually set the movement of your generation to what you desire, right? You want it to be in a certain way. You want it to be static. It can be static. Let's open it to see. You can see each one of them right here. So I'm going to set it to auto. So this is speed ramp, okay? So I will leave it at auto. Let me take it back to auto. So I'm going to leave it like this. And here is the duration of the video. You can get up to 12 seconds per generation. So but for this particular generation, I'm going to leave it at, should I say 4 seconds. And I'll go ahead and generate the video. Click generate. Okay, so it's done generating. So you can see the video right here. If you want to download it, click on this button right here to download it. But let's go ahead and watch. So I'm going to zoom it. It's beautifully done. The guy is in. So here is the real takeaway. Cinema Studio 2.0 isn't about replacing creativity. It is about removing friction between your ideas and cinematic execution. Whether you are a creator making short films or YouTube content, a business building cinematic ads and campaigns, or someone just exploring AI filmmaking seriously, Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0 actually gives you control. It gives you flexibility. It gives you product level results, and of course, without usual complexity. And if you want to explore Cinematic Studio 2.0, I'll pin the link right in the description, so go ahead and explore it for yourself. My advice, don't just experiment. Don't just play around, alright? Even though it's important for you to play around to know how it works, but I need you to actually start building with it, right? You can build your campaign, cinematic campaign with it. You know, customers these days like storytelling when you're trying to sell your product to them, right? So this is very good for that. I want to thank you very much for waiting to the end of the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.